Stirring around camp this morning. I had another pretty great night's sleep. I think everybody else did all right besides Darren. A little windy last night, but we're just kind of packing up here around camp. Already had our coffee, taking our time. We only have 9.5 miles today up to the Roan High Knob Shelter, and should be a pretty easy day. Rolling out of camp at 8:30 in the morning, and it is Sunday, June 2nd, 2024. Little windy, little cloudy, chance of thunderstorms this evening, but hopefully we can get to the shelter before then. While it would have been nice to get to the shelter last night and get that extra mile out of the way, we did run into a southbounder who said the shelter was full and there was a bear at camp, and it even got into a bag up in a tree somehow. So I'm glad we avoided that. We made the right choice. And another little guy. That's two in just about 50 yards maybe.
I saw Tristan at the shelter back there.
Oh, I didn't stop the shelter. They saw the bear.
Yeah, we ran into a guy. He said a guy got...
It's hard to see it, but that mountain in the background up in the clouds is Unica Mountain. That's where we stayed the night of day one.
I kind of like it.
All right, so if you don't know, if you hike on the Appalachian Trail, or pretty much any trail, everyone is assigned a trail name by someone else. Sometimes they pick their own, but you're technically supposed to be given your trail name, and then you can choose to accept it or not. I've had mine of Half Mile for a few years, and Keri gave that to me because each time she would ask me how much further, I would always say another half mile or so. Darren's trail name was Camo. We have now reassigned him Candyman because he's always got candy, and it's just a slight jab at his Ziploc bag full of ibuprofen, Tylenol, and Benadryl. Tristan and or Tater, we've decided to call him Night Talker for now, unless something better comes up, because he's talked into sleep quite a few times. And then I've given Eric a temporary trail name of Bird Dog, because one of our training hikes we did, he got two of the bird dogs from Bojangles and a Red Bull, and about halfway up we had to stop because he wasn't feeling good. So Bird Dog for Eric for now.
We could eat them things.
Yeah, they're good for you.
Very good for you.
I want.
My bike went boom, 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 and then I just boom, down I went.
We're gonna drop down into Hughes Gap here in about a half mile. Take a good pack off break, get some snacks, and then it's all climbing up to Roan High Knob. The shelter there, the highest on the Appalachian Trail, and the last time you'll be above 6,000 feet until you reach New England.
Back off for 20 minutes, get a quick bar, and we're going to continue the last gap.
More Catawba rhododendron, normally peaking around Father's Day weekend. There's a garden up at Roan High Knob full of them. If it's not closed, we will definitely try and go check that out this afternoon if weather permits. Getting up really high into the spruce-fir forest, walking through the clouds. Kind of one of my favorite things about the Appalachians. In the process,
I mean, I don't think you would die. I think you would just break your ankle.
behind me through the trees is the site of the old Cloudland Hotel. This hotel was built on the North Carolina-Tennessee state line. Very popular. One of the more funny stories about it was there's a state line through the middle of the hotel, and on one side, the Tennessee side, alcohol and spirits were allowed, but on the North Carolina side, they were not. So quite often, sheriff and sheriff's deputies would be staged out on the North Carolina side, waiting for you to cross that line. Torn down, or burned down and torn down many years ago. Only some remnants of the foundation left at this point. Normally a great view, but not today.
So that almost makes Keri never do that again.
She will not.
I'm excited to stay here tonight. I'm curious what time the rest.
We made it to the Roan High Knob Shelter, 6,270 feet in elevation, 9.5 miles for us today, and we got here about 1:30. Did it pretty quick. I'm really proud of ourselves. We are going to stay here tonight. I've been excited about staying at this shelter for 4 or 5 years probably, so really glad to be here. Just waiting on all the crew to show up. Just hanging around camp, eating a lot of food, hanging out with Keri since she showed up. Brought us a lot of extra snacks. We got our bear hang done, probably done with shooting any video for the evening. See you in the morning. Hopefully the weather will turn around and we'll have a better day in the Roan Highlands. See you in the morning.